Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 62. Today we're going to look at the difference between dung, droppings, and manure. Of course, they're all types of animal poo-poo. Okay, so sometimes students will ask me what's the difference between these three. Dung, of course, dung is waste, which is another way of saying poo-poo, is waste from animals, especially very large animals, such as cattle, elephants, and horses. So generally, of course, larger animals will usually have larger poo-poo. Okay, good. So let's look at the first example. If you ever visit a farm, watch out for patches of cow dung. Yeah, you know, they're usually like a big round patch, looks something like that. Yeah, if you've ever been to a farm, you really got to watch out for that, especially if it's still moist, basically. All right, let's take a look at the second one. If you are a zookeeper, it would be your responsibility to clean up all the elephant dung. Yeah, basically not so good if that was your responsibility. Okay, good. All right, number 3, in Central Park, you can see loads of horse dung from horses of police officers. Yeah, of course, you know, I know New York very well, and, you know, I've been in the streets where I've seen the policemen on horses, and I've actually been in traffic where the horse could be in front of you, and you might actually see the poo-poo come right out. But anyway, we would refer to that as, of course, dung. Again, large animals, large poo-poo is dung. All right, droppings. Here's the total opposite. The poo-poo of small animals, birds, insects, etc. Yeah, so here, of course, let's look at example number 1. I discovered some mice droppings in the kitchen. We must have a mouse in our house. Yeah, well, that would be a sign, definitely. Yeah, usually like little, very tiny poo-poo. All right, number 2, I parked under a tree and my windshield was covered with bird droppings. Yeah, if you ever had a car, summertime maybe, it's really hot. You think, ooh, I got a nice spot under the tree, be shade. Maybe you figure it won't be so hot when you go back in your car, but sometimes some birds may come along, park themselves in the tree, and leave you some presents on your windshield. So yeah, we often refer to that as droppings. So definitely the poo-poo of birds is referred to as droppings. All right, let's look at number 3. That store has a cockroach problem, and you can sometimes find cockroach droppings on their cans of food. Of course, that's not very good. Yeah, insects, you know, very tiny, may look like almost like one piece of pepper or something like that. Though we also call those droppings. Okay, let's look at the last one down here, manure. Poo-poo from farm animals, yeah, especially the livestock. So might be the cows again, but it could be pigs, sheep, whatever they're going to use. Animals usually mix with other matter and put on crops to help them grow. This is definitely manure. Okay, good. And yeah, manure, if you go by another name too, can also be called muck, M-U-C-K. Okay, so if you ever hear that. All right, so let's just take a look at the examples here. Number 1, farmers use manure as a type of fertilizer. Of course, that's what they use it for. Or number 2, you may want to avoid driving by that farm today. They are spreading the manure to fertilize the land. Yeah, I once lived by a farm, you know, where if it was the time that they were doing it, whoa, you really smelled it pretty bad. All right, so that pretty much clarifies it. Again, just to review quickly, large animals, large poo-poo, dung. Small animals, birds and insects, usually droppings. And manure, of course, is the poo-poo mixed with farm animals or livestock for the crops. Okay, I hope that clarifies it. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.